Hi guys, good day to all of you and welcome back to week 4 of this semester. And we have successfully completed our 3 weeks of online course. Okay, with the good cooperation of all of you, we have successfully completed and we are stepping into week 4. So without further wasting the time, let's just move on to our today's agenda. Okay, so as all of us remember, last week we have done the first half of chapter 3, and this week we are going to complete the second half of chapter 3. So where under chapter 3 we are going to focus on communicating message through the communicating value through the sales message. How can you use the elements of sales message to communicate a value to your potential customer and also your existing customer? Okay, so let's just recap a little bit on last week's session. Before that, I hope all of you are keeping safe back at home, having good time, do eat good food, nutritious food, keep yourself healthy and hygiene. Okay, so if you're back from out, do take your shower. This is a crucial period for you to keep yourself really hygiene. Always wash your hand, don't go and touch the food without washing your hand and all that. Okay, so with that, let's just recap what we looked at last week. Okay, so communicating value through sales message. The first one that we looked at last week was supply chain management. Okay, we looked at about 6 elements last week, and this week we are going to look at the remaining 4 elements, so altogether 10 elements. Okay, so let's just recap one by one. Quick one for our last week's element. The first element that would help a business to communicate value through the sales message is through the supply chain management. Okay, so when you have high performing operations, when you have high performing supply chain management, you will be able to meet or exceed your customers' expectation, because a good supply chain management will be able to help you to deliver the product or services on time with efficient to your customers. So when customers receive your product or services on time, they will feel happy and satisfied, and they will give good review about your business. Okay, that is supply chain management. The next one that we looked at was integrated marketing communication. So integrated means you bring all together. Okay, that is integrated. So it is a process to design and to ensure that all the messages and communication strategies across the business are centered towards the customer. Okay, which means all your business departments come together, communicate, and make sure it is centered towards the customer. Okay, that is integrated marketing communication. The third one that we looked at was synergy between sales and marketing. As I explained earlier, synergy means the interaction. Okay, the collaboration, that is synergy. So there should always be interaction and collaboration between the sales department and marketing department. Some of you might have this misconception that sales and marketing is the same. No. Okay, sales is different, marketing is different. Marketing will help to draw the strategy how a sales should be done, where the sales should be done, which techniques to use, how many numbers to hit, whereas sales will execute whatever that marketing has planned. Okay, so that's the difference between sales and marketing. In short, marketing will do the planning, sales will do the selling, execution. Okay, so both of these departments should work together. When both of these departments work together, then the marketers can tell salesperson whom they should target, whom they should do research about, and how to get that ideal buyer, because when you deliver the product or services to the ideal customer, to the most appropriate customer, when your product and services reach the most appropriate customer, the value from the product and services will be appreciated by the customer. So that's why both of these departments should work together. The fourth one, we looked at execution of marketing mix program. Marketing mix means what? Consists of? Yes, product, price, place, promotion. So in a business, all these four must come together. Then only the business can operate successfully or can operate with its marketing plan. Okay, one cannot go without another one. That is marketing mix. So you have to execute, you have to blend all this marketing mix, you have to execute in order to give the best product for your customers. Okay, the fifth one, we looked at quality of the buyer seller relationship, which means buyer and sellers, they should create a trust in between them. When buyers trust the seller, trust the company, what will happen? They tend to buy more products and more sales will happen here. When more sales happen, this can help to increase the profit of the company. Okay, that's it, last week's session. This week we are going to look at another 4 more elements of how you're going to communicate value in the sales message. Okay, so today's session will start with service quality. Okay, let's just go into the service quality slide. Okay, yeah, this is service quality. Okay, first of all, what is service? Is there any difference between product and service? Yes, there is a significant difference between product and service. Product is tangible, anything that you can touch, there's a shape for it, there's a color for it. Whereas service, you cannot touch, you cannot experience before you purchase it. There's no shape, there's no color for it. Okay, so when you want to deliver a quality service to your customer, or when your customer receive quality service, they will appreciate your service. So when customer appreciates your service, when customers happy with your service, they will come back to get your service. Or another way, they will refer your service to their friends and families. Okay, so when it comes to service quality, the definition is what your service does. Okay, what is your primary benefits when it comes to service? Okay, so you can ask some questions to yourself when you want to give a good service to your customers. Okay, first of all, think of your stakeholders. Okay, what exactly my stakeholders need? Stakeholders could be your employees, your suppliers, your customers. All these comes under stakeholders. Okay, and then another question that you should ask in order to give good quality service is, what is the purpose of the features of my product? How my product or how my service can benefit the customers? Okay, and does the stakeholders really want to use my service? Will they come back to my service? Okay, so all these questions will be helpful for you to understand the benefits of your service. Okay, and also will help the stakeholders to discover and understand the value within the service. Okay, so to go further on this, let's look at the characteristics of service. Okay, first of all, service is intangible, as I said, cannot be seen, cannot be tasted, cannot be felt. Okay, next characteristic of service is its inseparability. Okay, where you cannot separate the service from the producer. Okay, you have to buy and consume the service at the same time. You cannot buy the service now and then you use it later. You cannot do that. So that's why service is inseparability, where you cannot separate the service from the producer. Okay. The third characteristic of service is variability, where service differ according to, or it can greatly differ depending on who provides the service, when they provide it, where and how they provide the service. There is variability. Example of variability, let's say you go to a restaurant. Okay, today you go to the restaurant, the service, the food taste would be different. Few days later, if you visit the same restaurant, the service could be different, the food taste could be different as well. This is what it means by variability. It depends on who is providing you the service, when, where and how they are providing you the service. Okay, the fourth characteristic of service is perishability, where you cannot buy the service now and you store for a later use. Okay, it means services cannot be inventoried, which means you cannot stock up the service. You buy now, you use it now itself. You cannot tell, okay, I want to go and get a service from the restaurant, I want to go and eat in the restaurant, but I want to use the service, I want to go in today, but I want to use the service tomorrow. So you cannot store like that. Like products, you can store, you can buy today, you can store it, and you can even use it like 1-2 years later. But service, you cannot do that. Okay, so these are the 4 characteristics of service that will help you to add value to your sales message. Okay, now let us look at the dimensions of service quality. Earlier on we looked at the characteristics of service. Now let's look at the dimension of service quality. Okay, so there are about 5 dimensions of service quality that we're going to look at today. How this dimension is going to add value to your sales message in order for your message to reach the customer. Okay, first dimension of service quality is the first dimension is reliability. Okay, reliability means the ability for the service to perform. Okay, and reliability reliability means the ability to perform the promised service, okay, accurately. So if you promise to deliver certain service, it has to be accurate. Okay, and reliability means that the company delivers its promises on time. Okay, and it helped to resolve the customer's problem on time. Okay, so that is reliability. How reliable is your service? Okay, the next dimension of service quality is responsiveness. How fast or how prompt you can respond to your customers. Okay, how fast or how fast or how efficient you can provide services to your customers. Let's say if your customer calling in having some issues with their internet service, how prompt, how fast you can help them to settle the issue. So this is responsiveness. Responsiveness is very, very important when it comes to, of course, the other elements are important, but responsiveness has extra importance because when customers come to you pertaining a service, and if you're not able to help them to solve in one call or one go, sometimes this will decrease the quality of the service. Okay, so that is responsiveness. Okay, and responsiveness is a dimension which focuses on attentiveness. How attentive you are in dealing with your customers' requests, how attentive you are in answering your customers' enquiries, helping them to solve their doubts about your product and services, how fast you can help them in handling the complaints and problem. So all these will determine whether the quality of your service will increase or decrease. What will happen when your quality of the service increase? Customers will be happy, you will get comeback customer. But if the quality of the service decrease, customers will just or tend to forget your business. Okay, so that is responsiveness. The third dimension of service quality is assurance. Okay, it means to inspire trust and confidence. Assurance is actually defined as the employee's knowledge in inspiring the customer. Okay, let's say take a salesperson. How knowledgeable is the salesperson to inspire the customer, to build the trust and confidence in the customer about the company's service? So that is assurance. How good you can assure, okay, how much you have the courtesy and the ability to inspire the customer and to gain their trust. Okay, that is assurance. The fourth dimension is empathy, which means to provide caring, personalized attention to your customer. Okay, how some firms, okay, if you see some firms, they will have this system where they can provide individualized attention to their customers. Okay, and in some business it is essential, it is important to provide individual attention to show to the customer that the company does best to satisfy the customer's need, or the company wants to show, yes, we care about you, we care about your problem, so we want to help you to solve the problem. So showing empathy in your business is very much important when you want to enhance your quality of the service. If you treat all the customers like just flowers in the basket, it's not going to happen, it's not going to work. Okay, but you have to pick each of it. Okay, you have to pick each of it, you have to give individualized attention so that customers would be able to talk to you what is their problem, and you'll be able to solve the issues on time. Okay, that is empathy. And the fifth dimension of service quality is tangible. Okay, it is the appearance of the physical facilities, equipments, personal and communication materials. Okay, yes, a service is intangible, you cannot see the service, but all the other supporting equipments of the service is tangible. Example, you are going to a clinic or you're going to a hospital. The service is intangible, you cannot see the service, but you can still see the physical facilities. How clean is the hospital? Okay, especially if you walk into private hospital, how clean are the equipments that they are using? Okay, the communication, how good the nurses are communicating with the patients, how good the doctors communicating with the patients. So all these are tangibles, something that you can see. So this one all will help, the tangible elements will help services, because services are intangible. Okay, so these are the dimensions of service quality which would add value to your sales message. Okay, I hope you're following me, you're okay there. Let's say if you're a bit lost, you are not sure, you need more explanation, always look for me. Okay, I'm always there to help you, provided you do your workings first. Okay, next is brand equity. Okay, next we are going to see how brand equity would help a company, will help a business to communicate value in their sales message. Okay, brand equity is the recognition of the brand. Okay, the identification of the brand. Okay, your brand will become more valuable when more people in your target market recognizes your brand, when there are more people in your target segment knows about your brand. Okay, and this will increase the brand exposure. Okay, and when the brand exposure increases, this will add value to your brand, because your audience will be engaged with your brand. Okay, they will start to talk about your brand, the good about the brand, how the brand could benefit them, the features of the brand's product. So when customers get engaged with your product, your brand will get really good exposure, and this will add value to your sales message. Even without the salesperson explains about the brand, people will know about the brand. Okay, like certain brands, you don't really need salesperson to explain to you exactly what the brand can do, but you know that the brand can do wonders. Okay, example like Apple, no, you don't really need salesperson to explain to you in and out about the brand, because the brand has wide recognition in the market. Okay, so customers experience is very important here, where an outstanding shopping experience is a main element that could attract and retain a customer. Okay, since more people are willing to pay more for better customer experience. Yes, some product, the price could be very high, but people will still visit the store, people will still want to buy the product because of the experience that they gain by using the product, experience that they gain from the salesperson who attended the customer in a very polite and with high mannerism, for example. Okay, so customers outstanding shopping experience will add value to your sales message. Okay, next is customers preferences under the brand equity. Okay, you should, as a business firm, when you want to sell your product, you should know exactly what your customer would prefer. Okay, that's why all these marketing research are being done in place before some business or before a business releases a product. Okay, so customer preferences is very much important. You cannot sell customer something that they don't like and expect them to give good review about your product. Okay, so customer preferences is important here. And then unique selling point, okay, which means competitive advantage. What is competitive advantage? Can you recall a bit what is competitive advantage? So those of you who's not able to recall, I hope all of you can recall what is competitive advantage, or another name, unique selling point. But if you're not able to recall, don't worry, I'm not going to give it to you. You are going to do your working here. Okay, so there will be a tutorial question for you on this competitive advantage. Okay, or another name for it is unique selling point or unique selling proposition. Okay, this is a way to communicate. Okay, unique selling point is a way to communicate why your brand is different from your competitors, why your customers should choose your brand instead of your competitors brand. Okay, so this is about focusing on building an emotional connection with your customer. Okay, rather than really focusing on the benefits and the features of the product, you use competitive advantage, unique selling point to build that emotional connection, because customers like us, when we have this emotional attachment towards a certain product, sometimes we refuse to find for the substitute, we refuse to go for competitive products. We will still want to get that particular product, even if it's out of stock, we are willing to wait to get it. Right or not? Some of us, we have this tendency, when we really have that emotional connection towards the product, we always wanted to get a product. Okay, so this is how you communicate the value in the sales message using brand equity. Again, brand equity means the brand recognition, the identification of the brand. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, that would be the eighth element, corporate image or reputation of your business. Okay, so corporate image is the reputation. Okay, how good is your image in front of the audience, how good is the image or identification of your company, your firm in front of the audience. It is very, very important. When your target market, if they have wrong perception or they have fail image about your company, that's it, this will definitely bring the company down. That's why a lot of companies, whenever there is any ethical issues, they will try their level best to clear things out so that they can maintain that image in the business. Okay, so image in the eyes of the stakeholders is important to the company. Again, stakeholders means customers, suppliers, employees. Okay, so image of the company is always very, very important. Okay, so if customers develop a negative perception of a company and its product, then automatically the sales and the profit will decline, will come down. So this brings no confidence in the client then. So that's why it is very, very important to keep up that good rapport in the market, so that customers will know, oh, this brand has very good image in the market, and this will help to communicate the value of your brand to your customer. When the corporate image is fail, the value of your brand will drop as well. Okay, as what happened to Malaysia Airlines. Okay, do you know Malaysia Airline once upon a time was one of the top airline in the world? You know, like many years back, it was one of the top airline in the world. But now Malaysia Airlines name has been ruptured, I would say, totally, because of the crisis, the two crises of MH370 and MH17 back in the year 2014. Okay, so it was a big big impact for the company, okay, where the image, the reputation of the company dropped drastically, and now until now they are still struggling. Even how many years of the incident already, about like 6 years, the company is still struggling to come up. Okay, because people already lost their trust in the company because the failed image. Okay, so this is one of the good example. The corporate image is like very, very, very important. Okay, all of you okay, stable? I always forget to slide my slides because I'm so excited of explaining and always forget to slide my slide. Okay, so that is corporate image. Next is application of technology, the ninth. Okay, application of technology is also important. Of course, technology will add substantial value to the customer's relationship. You see, being in a digital era, application of technology is like very, very important for your company, for your business, because the evaluation of the technology, okay, will give space in shaping how consumers behave and interact with the brand, okay, and the savvy of the technology in the brand. Okay, smart retailers, smart business retailers, they know that understanding shoppers behavior is the key for their success. You see, like everyone is going online now, especially during this pandemic time. Like you see, everyone is shopping through online. Even household stuffs, groceries are being shopped through online. So can you see how important is the application of technology in today's world? So if your business fail to adopt and adapt to the technological changes, to the technological evaluation, what will happen? The business won't be able to communicate the value, won't be able to expose the value of the business to the consumers, and this will drop the sales and also the potential of the business to come up. Okay, example of technological advancement is like customer service, use of good customer service, use of good digital channels, like using of social media, using of search engines, okay, using of online services for your business. So all these will heighten your customers expectation, and this will set a higher standard for your business. Compare in today's digital world, digital era, compare a business without the advancement of technology and compare a business with advancement of technology. You can see the changes, the drastic changes in how customers respond to both of these businesses. Let me give you a very good example. Nokia, you know Nokia phone? You know, Nokia phone or Nokia company was the first company to introduce mobile phone in the market. back in the year 1998 or 99 was the first company to introduce mobile phone, not Apple. But what happened back in the year 2013, I guess, okay? Nokia couldn't cope with the advancement of technology because they might not have good research and development. They couldn't cope with the advancement of technology, and Nokia failed drastically in the market. At the end of the day, what happened? Microsoft bought over Nokia. You see, the first company which introduced smartphone in the market dropped drastically because they couldn't adopt and adapt to the advancement of technology. Okay, so advancement of technology is very important when you want to send the message about your product and your services across your customers. Okay, so an application of technology is, when companies use or when companies cultivate technological advancement in their business, this will actually help to bring in strong customers to the business, and strong customers will give you competitive advantage, and this will also offer value added services for your customers shopping experience, right or not? Okay, and the last one would be price. So how price can add value to your, yes, now I remember to slide the slide. So how price will add value to, or will create or will communicate value in your sales message. Okay, so price is actually a value or an amount by which benefits to the customer. Okay, so some companies or some business, what they do, they go for this low price strategy. Low pricing strategy, some businesses adopt a low price strategy because they give the product or services at a lower price, but they increase the value that the customer would receive. Okay, so some firms or some businesses, they compete on price, okay, where they give consistently lower price than the competitor, and they gain the market value through there. So if you look at certain brands like IKEA, people are saying IKEA in your pronunciation. IKEA, it's supposed to be IKEA. Okay, normally people will say that IKEA's product is cheaper, but do you know in Malaysia IKEA's product is not cheap? I have personally went around, the IKEA in Tebrau there, nothing is cheap. It's like, what I just bought at the end of the day? I just bought a table candle, that's it, a scented candle. I feel that was the only one which was cheap, like 5 ringgit or 6 ringgit something. The other items are like so expensive. Even a small jar is like 40-50 ringgit, so expensive. Okay, but how IKEA is adding value, it gives, the price strategy that they adopt is, I would not say cheap, but they are saying it's cheap, but I would not say it's cheap. But with that high price, what kind of value that they are offering to the customer? Can you see the difference there? You can go into the IKEA shop, you can even just go for a window shopping, like you can just like your time there, a lot of good things to see, even though you're not going to buy, but there are a lot of good things to see. So this will add value. The store environment, though the price is high, they opt for higher price, but they give value in terms of the environment of the store, in terms of the items. So you can get, okay, just go to IKEA and you can just get whatever household things that you need. It's just like one stop center like that, from your kitchen items to your room items to your garden items, name it, whatever things that you want to get to beautify your house, yes, you can get it. So though the price is higher, people still visit IKEA and people still buy things from IKEA because the value that they get from those items and the value that they get when they walk into the store. Okay, so some firms do choose low price strategy to add value. Some firms choose high price strategy, premium price, and they do add value to their products or services by other supporting elements of their business. So this is how they communicate the value in sales message. And the last one, okay, so before I go to the managing customers expectation, let's just recall, we have actually done about 10, we have already looked at about 10 elements of communicating value in the sales message. Okay, so all these 10 elements of communicating value in sales message is important for you to know. Okay, so go through it one by one. You have to understand each and every one of it. You cannot skip even one. Okay, I will give you the reading materials for your better understanding. And the last one is managing customers expectation. You see, customers, even we are customers, customers have a lot of expectations. Some expectations are real, some expectations are unrealistic. Okay, I would say that, yes. Okay, so let's see how we can manage the customer's expectation. Okay, this is not a big part of the chapter and there would not be any questions on this, so we just like go through, I'll just like run through this. Okay, so customers expectation, under customers expectation management, you should not under promise the customer or over deliver to create customer delight, which means when your product or services can give 80% to customer, don't under promise. Don't say that, oh, our product can just give you this much of effort only, this much of benefits only. So don't under promise your customer. Okay, when, okay, let's say if customer coming to you, they want to buy a phone, without checking whether the phone is available or not, don't say no, this color is not available. So that is under promise. Okay, and don't over deliver, don't over promise to your customer, oh, if you buy this product you will get like 5 years warranty, but actually the warranty is only for 2 years. Okay, so don't over promise to your customer as well. Okay, that is how you can manage your customers expectation, because when you under promise to your customer, sometimes it would not meet your customers expectation and your customer can just leave. But when you over promise, this is a problem. Okay, sometimes under promise can be acceptable, but over promise is a problem. When you over promise to your customer, and if you cannot deliver that promise according to what you say, customers will definitely experience a bad sales situation there. Okay, so that's how you can manage your customers expectation. Customer delight, okay, how happy your customer, so exceeding customers expectation. And if you go as a salesperson, if you go extra mile to help your customer to solve that issue, to help your customer to get certain items delivered according to their preferences, this will help the customer, this will actually delight the customer, make customer happy about your service. And remember, this is a powerful way to gain your customers loyalty towards your product and towards your service. Okay, so those are the two ways of managing customers expectation. And that's it, you have reached the end of the document. So we have reached the end of our this week's session. Yes, it is rather a short session. Remember, I do not want to overload you with information in that 1 week, because this is online mode and some of you might be very fresh to this online mode. Okay, so you need, I understand you need time to adapt to the online mode, so do your best. Still, if you are not able to understand, go back to the lecture, go back to your reading materials and come back to me if you need further clarification and any of this information. I would be happy to help you on that. Okay, so I will post tutorial question as usual, just follow the tutorial question. And yeah, one important thing that I want to highlight to you, which I noticed this 2-3 weeks, please don't copy paste any of the tutorial work. I understand this is an online work, online task, and some of you are being so smart, so easily copy pasting your work. I do not encourage that and I totally would not accept it. So I'm really giving you a precaution. I would say that I just want to make you aware. Submitting tasks through online, I have all the I have all the ways to check whether it is a copy paste work or not. So the moment the moment I find out it's a copy paste work, immediately you will get 0 for your that week's attendance, because copy paste work is somebody else's work, not your work. So I will consider you absent for that week. Please bear in mind, whichever assessment that I'm giving to you, it will be very helpful for you to attend to your test and final exam, and also your assignment coming soon. So don't cheat. Copy pasting is not cheating me, it's cheating yourself. Okay, so give it a thought on that. Again, copy paste, no attendance for you, because it's somebody else's work. Okay, that's it guys. See you again. Bye bye.